Shivani, when these announcements were made, till the time STT was announced, everything was going smooth. But ever since STT was announced, there was one stock which fell from the highs to a level of around 10%, and that is BSE. Wow. Therefore, we decided to have a conversation with BSE MD regarding how will STT impact and also the long-term impact. Let's listen into a conversation with my colleague Anjali Palod.
The impact of this move, in my opinion, is going to encourage people to consider investments into equities. This will therefore result in longer term equity investments, and some amount of arbitrage funds, which are in mutual funds, may go towards bank deposits or investments into equities. That is my view. And also, there are a lot of new avenues government is opening by encouraging municipal bonds, corporate bonds, etc. And therefore, some amount will go into that area as well.
In terms of the exchanges then, are you expecting any drastic change in F&O volumes and thereby exchange revenues, or do you think it is going to be a fairly controlled kind of an impact?
Markets are very dynamic, and with a growing economy like India, the number of investors, number of participants, number of foreign players, all are on the increase. So one event of one declaration of one rule in a budget to have an impact on a growing economy is very difficult to predict. So what typically in these circumstances we do is, since India has been growing for some time, we look at the past to see how it can be a guiding factor. If you look at the past, this is not the first time government has increased the STT on derivatives. The market immediately has a knee-jerk reaction, and subsequently it stabilizes because more and more players are coming in, the market is expanding, the market is becoming deepened and broadened. So that's how this will happen this time as well, is my view.
There was an expectation of some measures to be announced in order to aid the foreign flows in the Indian markets. Do you feel that the budget has in some way addressed that need, or do you think more needs to be done on that front?
I wouldn't know whose expectations were what, but multiple people have multiple expectations. Foreign flow is a function of multiple factors. Because people who have capability to go to any market, they are also coming into India. So when we take that into account, geopolitical factors, global wars, tariffs, alternate investment avenues like say gold, all this matter when we talk of foreign flows. So given that, just making one budget statement responsible for the entire foreign flow may not be fair from our side. Having said that, government has been repeatedly establishing it that it will not leave any stone unturned with regard to protecting Atmanirbharta of Bharat. You take any sector which got impacted by tariff, government has tried to do whatever best it can. Government is putting efforts to make India strong in manufacturing, services, infrastructure, encouraging debt instruments, encouraging in a big way SMEs to make more and more good things out of them. So when so much of effort is on infrastructure in terms of INVIT and others, rare earths, pharma, so clearly the effort is to make Bharat strong. If Bharat is strong, naturally more foreign funds could be expected to come in. And also the effort on PORI fund will also help in the flow of foreign currency into India.
Understood. I was going to ask you a question. You've partly answered that. My question was going to be the three biggest hits that you think the union budget has this time done, and three misses. Since you've already touched upon the hits, anything else you want to add on that front? But also, let me know if there are any misses that you feel that this union budget could have addressed.
See, I think the hits I have totally clearly covered. I have no capability to talk of any misses because we people, we are simple households. To manage a budget of a house, we find it so difficult, we being salaried employees. To manage the entire budget of a country, after taking into account the views of multitudes of people with different aspirations and without losing sight of the ultimate goal, which is Viksit Bharat, and taking care of capital formation and fiscal discipline, I think the budget has done whatever it is intended to do.
I have one more question about just the capital expenditure. Again, that further translates into, private capex, which also has an impact on the markets. Is why I'm asking this question to you on the capital expenditure front. The number where it is was expected largely to be higher at 17 or 18 lakh crores. Do you have any perspective on where the capital expenditure is right now? Did you expect it to be higher as well?
12 trillion, that is 12 lakh crores, is what is the 12.2 to be precise, is what the Honorable Finance Minister has talked about. Let's understand it's not a small number, and in a growing economy, with so much of capability of private capital coming in, India witnessing the largest number of IPOs in terms of number and also in terms of money raised, almost largest sometimes. So I think it is not that there is any dearth of private capital coming in, with lot of ease of business efforts, with lot of reforms happening in multiple areas, and as a seeding 12 trillion of capital, I think the government is walking towards the right thing to ensure developed India.
One final question. This is outside of the budget. I just wanted to get your thoughts. Any comments on the National Stock Exchange receiving their NOC for an IPO? Any thoughts, any comments on that?
My heartiest congratulations to NSE. It's a good thing that has happened. SEBI has delivered what it promised to deliver within the timeline they stipulated. We wish all the best to NSE and the team members there.
Well, that was my colleague Anjali Palod speaking to the BSE chair, and very interestingly he put across that, FM manages the budget of the entire country, where common men like him, according to him...
Very less to say if stock is down 10%, of course.
is are unable to manage the simple budget of the household. But on that note, it is time for us to slip into a very, very short break. You don't go anywhere. Lots of news to follow from the Budget 26 on the other side of this break.